Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm back. So obviously, you guys don't know who this is. This is my friend Geo. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Tell them a little bit of facts about you and exactly what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a motivational speaker on my own company called 2020 Living. I go to colleges, high schools, middle schools, do motivational speaking. I also wrote a book and own a company that help people write their books as well.
See, man. So I never mentioned to you guys I was gonna do an interview, but this is an interview. Now
We gotta tell them how we met though.
Oh, okay. So I met him through my teacher, Miss Falzone, because randomly one day I told her about my YouTube channel, and she told me about Gio, how she was friends with him and what he do, and I'm like, let's like set up a meet for me and him. So I met him when I had advisory. If you don't know what advisory is, it's basically when you have like a one-on-one with your teacher with a bunch of kids around. Yeah, that's basically what advisory is. Yeah. And I met him in advisory, and like after we finished with advisory, we started talking a little bit more, and we decided to do a video.
Yeah.
And here we are.
We here.
Okay. So there's gonna be 3 videos with me and Gio. There's a video where I'm interviewing him, which is this one. There's one where he's gonna interview me, and then we're gonna do a bullying video together. So there's gonna be 3 videos for us.
Yep.
Make sure you guys watch all 3 videos. After you finish watching this, whenever the other 2 videos get uploaded, make sure you watch them. Alright? So, yeah, let's get into the questions. Now, the first question is, how does it feel to be an adult with all the responsibilities?
Say that one time.
How does it feel to be an adult with all the responsibilities?
How does it feel to be an adult with all the responsibilities? Good question. First and foremost, I wish I was a kid again. Like, right? Like, I wish I didn't have to worry about, like, how am I going to pay my cell phone bills, the rent is due, who's cooking, and stuff like that. So, everybody say, like, yo, I can't wait to grow up and leave my house.
Like, I'm going
to tell you guys right now, it's cool, but there's some parts that's not cool. Like literally, when you got to go do laundry, who do your laundry? I remember when I was like 15 years old, Ezra, like I literally was like, yo, I ain't gotta do nothing. Like I don't gotta do laundry, I ain't gotta cook. When the mail come, none of it's for me. Like there ain't no bills for me. But now as an adult, all the mail's for me. I got bills, my bills got bills. Like it's crazy. But the responsibility is cool, man. It gives you a chance to like grow up. You learn more about yourself. You get to like see yourself grow. And I like that part of it.
Well, I should have started off with this next question, but hey, it's whatever. So the question is, where was you born and where did you grow up?
Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. My parents is from Haiti. So, that's our background. I was born in Brooklyn. What was the other part of the question?
Oh, yeah, where did you grow up?
Yeah, and I grew up in Flatbush.
Okay.
So Flatbush area was where I grew up.
How was it? Like, how was the Flatbush area?
You was in there?
I was born in Guyana.
Okay.
I came over here.
Got you.
Well, from 9 to now, I've just been in Brooklyn.
What is the difference between Guyana and here?
There's a huge difference between Guyana and... Let me put my phone up. So the difference between Guyana and here, America is more advanced than Guyana.
Okay.
And some stuff that y'all have over here, we don't have over there. And some stuff we have over there, we don't. Okay, some stuff you have over here, we don't have in Guyana, and some stuff in Guyana we don't have over here. Now,
for example, so give me one thing that we have here.
Oh wait, one thing y'all have here
that we have here that is not technology.
More technology, more jobs, and more like you have more like open to like certain stuff.
Okay, and then what is there in Guyana that we don't have here?
What's it called? Obviously the hot weather. It's hot all around in Guyana. Like, you never have to experience cold.
Here's the crazy thing about Guyana. Though.
Like I never wore a sweater in Guyana because it was always hot. Unless I went to Linden. Yeah. Linden is cold, but majority, the entire Guyana is hot.
Now let me say, I have a lot of friends who's Guyanese, right? And a lot of times people don't realize Guyana, is it part of the Caribbean?
No.
You hear this before, right?
I've heard this same question before.
Where is Guyana for our viewers? Where is
Guyana? Is in South America.
South America. Yo, every time somebody says like where we going for summer vacation, they'll be like Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Guyana, and they say it like it's one of the islands in the Caribbean, but it just dawned on me recently. Somebody said, yo, Guyana's in South America. I'm like,
it is.
What?
It don't matter. We still part of the Caribbean. It don't matter. We're still part of the Caribbean.
You still got that nice warm weather, good
but with
food.
True, but with the Caribbean, we all debate on stuff like for example, in Guyana we say chicken curry and like goat curry. In Jamaica they say like curry chicken
and curry goat.
And curry goat. And me and my friends.
The people want to know:
what?
Is there jerk chicken in Guyana, or is that just Jamaican? Because you said curry. Is there jerk?
I don't know about that because I've only ate jerk chicken in America.
Okay,
so
okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna give you an answer to that because I'm not gonna be like no. I'm not gonna be like yes because I honestly do not know that answer.
Got you. All right.
But
let's get back to the questions.
Yeah. And by the way, it's chicken curry and it's curry, it's chicken curry and goat curry. Make sure y'all know that. I know people gonna disagree with me, and I don't care, cause me and my friends we always argue about that. Like last week when we had potluck on Friday, we was arguing about that whole stuff because they had curry there. We was just arguing about that. Anyway, how many family members do you have?
How many family? I got 2 brothers.
Okay. How were you when you was growing up? Like, was you that like quiet child? Was you, like me, mischief and like other stuff?
Very quiet. I was very quiet. Did whatever my parents told me to do. Goody 2 shoes, straight A's, never call out in class. That's with me growing up. Up to and then in high school it switched a little bit, where I was getting like in trouble for like talking in class, but that was because I finished all my work early. So like, what do you want me to do if I finish my work? Just sit around and look at people. So I just started talking to people in class in high school. But I was the one who like kind of like followed exactly what my parents said. Today you would call me and I was on lock. I was on lockdown. Like I didn't do anything that my parents didn't tell me to do.
Yeah, that sounds not like me. I've never been a quiet person.
Oh wow! Well, clearly, you got your own YouTube channel.
No, it's not even that. Not even that. I just never been a quiet person. I've tried to be quiet, but it don't work for me. I have to talk. I have to be
That's
like.
funny.
Okay, how did you decide what you wanted to do with your future?
Great question. So how did I decide what I wanted to do with my future? So really, what it was like, I think the key thing to like knowing what you want to do with your future is getting exposed to all the possibilities. So for me, like wanting to run my own business, I only got that because I was working for somebody who did own their own business. So once I saw like the kind of life that they had, obviously money's important too, but the freedom they had, that was the key thing for me. So once I saw that an entrepreneur can have the freedom to move around a little bit differently than somebody who works a 9 to 5, I decided that was the thing that I wanted to do.
All right. So, with your business, how do you try to connect with the youth?
Wow. So I think that the best way to connect with the youth is to show them that you could relate to what they're going through right now. A lot of times when you say, the worst thing you could say is, back in the day, this is how it used to be. Right? That's the worst.
No, I'm telling you, like, I totally agree with that. I hate when people say that because back in the days and how it is now, it's 2 different things.
Oh no, like so. Let me give you an example.
Like technology.
Technology, right? So like back in the days, I had no cell phone. It was more beepers, and I didn't have a beeper till like I was 17.
Wait, what is a beeper?
You see? He says, "What is a beeper?" So a beeper would be like this thing they would give you. It's like a pager.
Wait, hold on real quick. Let's make this clear. I was born in Guyana and we didn't have any of this, so let's get that clear.
What year was you born?
2003.
So when you were born, I was 19. Like that's crazy to me, right? So we had these things called beepers. You would call this number and it would vibrate the beeper would vibrate so that I would know somebody was trying to get in touch with me. That's how it worked. I couldn't call you back. It was just like a notification. It basically is like a notification.
So, Okay.
It's basically a notification. So, like I said, times is different. So the way you connect with the youth is you don't say, "Oh, this is how it used to be back in the days." A lot of times it's like you putting yourself in their shoes right now. So today I know social media is important. I know being popular is important. I know like being liked is important. So I can't go and say, "Yo, stop wasting time on social media or on your phone," because I never had to deal with that when I was their age. So I'm like, so what you got to do is give them the benefit of the doubt. Stop treating them like they don't know what they're talking about just because they're younger than you.
Okay. So this next question is just basically because, like, as a team, we all do some dumb stuff. So the question is there something like you want to change from like back when you was a teen, like something that you did that was like probably like you didn't think of the effect of it, but it had a big effect, and you was like, yo, I wish I could go back and change that.
That's a great question. So I'm gonna give you two different answers. Number one is I wouldn't change anything, and here's why. Because a lot of the stuff that I did that was good or bad, like bad, I learned from it, so I didn't become a bigger bad later. So sometimes like the mistakes you make, like yeah, you would love to go back, but the lessons I learned from it helped me get better in the future, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't want to go and say like, oh, let me cut off and remove some of the things. But I will say that there are some actions that I did that were regrettable. Like there was this one person who was bullying my brother, and out of the response of the fact that the person was bullying my brother, I hit the person.
To me, I don't think you should regret that because you gotta stick up for your family.
Yeah, but when I say I regret it is because now I know there was a better way to
that's what I was about to say. You could have just handled it differently.
I handled it differently where what I did didn't end the situation. It normally makes it keep going. Yeah, it keeps on going. Yeah. So I could have asked questions and get more clarity on it. Hitting the person back does not really get me to understand why they hit my brother in the first place.
All right. So what was the biggest obstacle of like growing up? Like you had any like issues that you didn't, that like generally, or just stuff that you didn't really talk about?
That's a good point. So the biggest obstacle was being okay with myself, like not needing to be like everybody else. So for example, if your group of friends have girlfriends, I used to feel back in the days that I had to have the pressure to have one too. Right? So like, yo, you ain't got one? So I used to feel like, dang man, like I must not be a good guy, or I must not be worth anything because everybody else has something that I don't have. Or whether it's gear and clothes and things like that. So a lot of it was like the peer pressure, like trying to feel like I had to try to fit in. And it almost cost me my life actually, because I was trying to fit in so much. I actually, when I didn't have the things to make me fit in, I felt like I didn't belong in this world, and it actually gave me suicidal thoughts.
Yeah, we all have those.
You know, so so I think the key is like, yo, be okay with you. Like honestly, I feel like most of us, we don't realize you're 14, but your book got so many more chapters that's coming. And so you don't want to get caught up in like, yo, chapter 14 when I'm 14, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the worst day ever, or this is the worst time of my life. I'm like, yo, it will change. It will get better. So I don't want you to get discouraged. Like, yo, chapter 14 is not going to be as good as chapter 21, chapter 25, chapter 27. The key, though, is to keep turning the pages. If you keep turning the pages, you'll get to go and see that better chapter.
Yeah. But I agree. I had suicidal thoughts before, but it was because over some dumb stuff, like something that it wasn't worth it. And obviously, I think, well, I'd be saying like I've never thought. The thought has came to my head, but it's not like it was just something that came to my head. It wasn't like I seriously thought about doing it. Because you know, like how random thoughts came to your head. Like it was one of those, and I'll just like remove it from my head because I don't want that up there, because if I keep focusing it, I'm gonna try to do it. So that thought that came to my head. I've never like obviously thought about killing myself, because honestly I know me killing myself, one, it's not gonna be worth it because I have a whole future and stuff I want to do ahead, and two, if I kill myself, I know exactly where I'm going. So
there's no purpose. This is great thing. It wasn't just thoughts. Like I tried it.
Oh.
Like I attempted suicide at 14. I tried to choke myself with a belt.
Oh.
And the only reason I didn't finish through with it was because my little brother was coming, and my brother looked up to me. And so when he was coming, I was like, I don't want him to see this.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to stop so that he wouldn't see me doing it. Because I felt like if he saw me doing it, he would think that that's something that's okay to do. So a lot of times I'm grateful that my parents even had a second child, because if my brother wasn't around, I probably would have went through with it.
I think everybody either had suicide thoughts or thought about killing themselves, and they just never wanted to like share it.
Because and I think that's the shame. Like it come like when you almost feel like embarrassed. Like I'll be honest with you, Ezra. Like the reason why I did it makes me feel like, oh man, people gonna laugh at me and say, yo, that's what did it. I just wanted a girlfriend and I wanted to be a superstar in the football team. I didn't have any of those things, and I was like, oh, don't want to live no more. And I think sometimes what happens is, it doesn't matter why you want to do it.
Yeah, you don't.
It's just that you don't like, something's wrong.
Yeah,
and I think that's okay. If something's wrong, you should be okay with wanting to go and share it with somebody, whether it's an advisory with your teacher or a counselor or something.
Yeah, do it.
But don't feel shame for feeling bad. Like if you're feeling bad, that just means something's wrong and it can be changed. Don't feel bad about it though.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised by this because I wasn't expecting that. But I'm glad we actually brought up this topic because I know everybody have or had suicidal thoughts. And my my message to all of you that have ever had suicidal thoughts that are currently thinking about killing yourself, think about your future. Think about what killing yourself is gonna do and affect you. Cause say if you wanna, let's say, be a fashion designer, play on a football team, be an NBA player. Think about, if you kill yourself, you're not going to be able to accomplish what you want to do in the future. So like really think about the stuff that you want to do in the future and how killing yourself would affect it. And if you see like if you see that it's going to affect it, don't do it.
Here's the crazy thing. Let's imagine that I did go through with it, right? I would have never met you. This video would never be recorded. I'm married now for 4 years, so my wife would have never met her husband. Yeah. I've spoken to thousands of kids. They would have never heard the message that I've shared. So a lot of times, one of the things that I've heard, and I didn't know this when I was that age, is they say don't make a permanent decision in a temporary situation. Let me say that again. Don't make a permanent decision in a temporary situation. So how you're feeling right now is temporary. Just like the weather, it changes, right? So, and it's funny because when I went to your class, we described our week by the weather, right? You remember that? So, again, it's temporary. So, a permanent decision is, I'm going to kill myself. Because once you do it, there's no undoing it, right? So, I want you to realize, like, the feelings you have, I'm not saying I'm not saying that they're not valid. They are valid. As a matter of fact, they're so valid that we should do something about them by sharing and talking to people and not feeling like we have to go and put ourselves in a closet or close ourselves off from people. Because I think it's by doing this kind of stuff, like interacting with one another, that we get benefits, the community, and we start to help each other grow and be there for one another when we're falling.
Yeah, I agree with that, but some people really don't like trust people. Like with me, I trust people, but at the same time I don't, because I got trust issues because of like experience and stuff. That's not something I'm afraid to like talk about because, you know, I've been betrayed by a lot of people, and I know some people would make fun of this, but it's not nothing funny because people get betrayed every single day. Like you're gonna think people is your man's or your sis or something, and then in situation you're gonna see their true colors. So with the trusting part, to those people who don't trust people, now obviously I trust people, but I still do got that doubt in my head because of that experience. But a way to like start trusting people is like mostly to me to help me with my family, because my family is very important to me, and they're the people I trust them more than anybody like period. I don't trust, like before I used to like trust people more than my family, but we're not gonna get into that. But now obviously I trust my family more because I know none of them will betray me and got my back. And then like how that helped me is because I found people that's really gonna get me and stuff, like Geo, like some other people I've met in my life. So if you got like trust you, try to find somebody that you're friends with that you know that would never betray you.
And humans.
And really think of it, because your mans don't always be your mans because people will ride or die for you, and as soon as the situation comes, it's deuces. They out.
Yeah, human beings, man, they're gonna let you down, but you gotta have grace for them, forgive, and make adjustments accordingly.
Okay. So I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
What are some good and bad things about being an entrepreneur?
Great question. So, the good. Let's address the good part. So the good part is the freedom, right? So it's like you get to determine what your hours are for the most part. The greatest thing is that the salary that I can get from the work that I'm doing, it's only dependent on how hard I want to work. So sometimes, like when you have a job, they'll say, "Here's your salary, $50,000."
Mm-hmm.
If I work super hard, that doesn't mean my salary will necessarily change.
Yeah.
But when I put in more effort in my entrepreneurial activities,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, like, the sky is the limit in a sense. But the bad part is this: if you're not a person who's disciplined already,
Yeah.
and someone who's structured, you won't be able to grow your business because you're kind of like the wind. You could just flow. It's too easy. There's no structure. So like even like when I think about like school starts at a certain time, school ends at a certain time. The homework is due at a specific time. When you become an entrepreneur, you're the one who's setting up the deadlines, and so because I set up the deadlines, I can also change them. And so you want to be a person if you're not disciplined, a person who keeps their promises, then entrepreneurship probably is not the best thing for you.
For me, I don't make promises I can't keep. Like if you told me, like I promise me that you'll do this certain thing, if I know for a fact I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna promise you it because I don't make promises that I can't keep.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you could keep your promises, entrepreneurship might be a good thing for you. If you're the person who's like, I follow instructions very well, then maybe you probably should get a job.
All right, last question. We gotta end up this video. What plans do you have for the future?
Great question. So I plan on writing more books. That's definitely number one. I'm probably gonna do like 2 books next year, 2019. Mm-hmm. 2 books. I'm also trying to build up my speaking business, right? So I've spoken in Bermuda. I've spoken in states that I've never spoken under. Yeah, Bermuda, that was a beautiful country, man, beautiful country. So I want to speak more. I want to do more cool stuff like this, like do more videos with cool people like you. But the sky's the limit, man. The sky's the limit. There's nothing that I know I cannot do if I put my mind to it. So I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, same thing with me. Like there isn't a limit to what I'm gonna do. I got so much plans for the future because when I make certain decisions, I think about like how it's gonna affect me in the future and like what is the negative and positive effect from it. So that's something you all should do. Like if you're gonna make a decision, think about how that's gonna affect you in the future. Don't think about how it's gonna affect you now because it may be good for you now, but it may not be good for you in the future. Like I submitted this application for this program. I totally forgot what the name of the program. But this program is gonna like help me out with like my schoolwork and stuff, help me to apply to college and stuff. And at first I didn't want to do it, but then I really like sat and like think about how this really gonna help me. Like I thought about it, and the thought that came was that this is really gonna help me. It's gonna help me to step up my game in school, help me to like understand the process of applying to colleges and what I want to do in college and stuff like that. So as now, it was a bad decision for me now, but like when I think about it in the future, I'm like, that's gonna be a good decision because 4 years is gonna help me out when I'm starting applying for college. All right, so this is the end of the video. Don't worry, we got more videos coming. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video, but you're gonna see when I upload it. So this is
Geo.
Yeah, this is Geo and this is S1. This will not be the last video. We'll be collaborating on. You guys know I can't talk anyway. Collaborating on. So you will see more videos from us. So that's the end of the video. You guys know the drill. Please like, subscribe. Yeah.